Guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode I'm going to be showing you a bit about some stock oils and waxes that I use on my walnut stocks, just to give you a bit of an insight of how to keep them clean and tidy and protect them. I'm also going to be answering the questions from the Q&A session that I obviously put out a bit earlier a couple of weeks ago, so I'll also be answering them. Right, so let's get into the product first. The product is called Trade Secrets. I met these guys at the gun show a couple of years now. Started off with some very good wax polish and some blemishing cream. So basically you get all the grime, all of basically the crap off with that. It's a bit like possibly tea cut in a car, I'd say. So you take it all off with that. Now there's different methods of using that, and I've used basically a duster before, or put a bit of wire wool, all sorts of different bits. So you use that first. Then use the GP wax. This basically puts a nice coat and shine and sheen onto it, protects it a little bit, and they also do a little additive now as well. So that makes it shine up even more. I'll probably use this on a different stock in a different video, but today we're going to be using the oiling kit. You get 4 different oils, which I'll show you now. So you get a grain sealer, something called rapid oil, TS95, and an Airgun net oil. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm not. That's the one that basically darkens and brings out the grain in your stock. So I've literally already used a bit on one of my stocks, tried a bit earlier, just give it a coat because it was looking a bit dull. I've had this come for a while. It's already been oiled, I'm presuming, by Manelli. It's a Daystate Huntsman Revere stock. So that's the side I'm not done, which I'm going to do now and show you. This is the side that I have done. So you can see, maybe you can see it there. When I turn it over a little bit, how it fades out. That side's dry now. It's brought out the grain a lot more in the gun compared to that side, as you can see. Right, so I'm going to spin you around now and look down at the stock, and we'll make a start. Right, so to start, we're going to skip the grain sealer because I think this stock's already been sealed by Manelli. It has some kind of oil already on it to kind of protect it, but it's got a really dull finish, as you can see. So we're going to skip the grain sealer and go straight onto Airgun net oil, which is a ready sort of oil. So all you do is basically get a cloth, a duster in this case, and you just get a bit on your finger on the edge of this, and it's basically apply it on like that. Very like little circles all over, and you'll see this soaking quite rapidly, really. I normally give this about 3 coats to, bring out the grain. You'll see the grain come out. Now you can go over checkering with this oil as well. It says you can go over checkering, so just give it a good old coat. Now, don't use it sparingly. You can use it quite a lot all over to give it a good old coat, let it all soak in. Just like that. So you give it one coat and then you let it dry. dry a little bit, go all over. Can you see the shine that's come out, brought it out in it already? Gives that nice woody, grainy finish on it. And I believe the more you apply, the more the grain comes out. So we're after a nice, dark, grainy stock. Bring all that nice grain out and then patterns on it, rather than well, not a very good dull finish. So while that's drying, we'll answer some questions. So first question was from Stephen, and Stephen asked basically, do I find it easy to get permissions for shooting more with an air gun than an FAC? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite privileged that my dad's a farmer, so we've got quite a lot of acres to shoot over, and he knows a lot of other farmers where I live. So I've got quite a lot of permissions around. I do have my FAC, which you've seen, for 2.2 air rifles, and I've also got my shotgun certificate. I very rarely shoot the shotguns now. My local clay club shut down, so I use them as and when, do a bit of pigeon shooting with them. And the FAC, I've got an open ticket for my FAC, which basically means I get to deem where I can shoot them as long as I see it being safe. This said, there's only probably 2 or 4 actual fields that I deem safe to shoot my FAC rifles on. The rest have some pony paddocks, which that landowner doesn't like me to shoot FAC particularly there. But also I believe that shooting FAC sometimes takes the fun out of actually fieldcraft and shooting and bits and bobs. So do I find it easy? Yeah, in my circumstance, I found it very easy, but obviously if you want to just, I think the thing is really to get permissions, is just get out there, get knocking on doors. I'd take your air rifle, FAC rifle, shotgun with you, show the landowner what you're going to be using, explain to them that you're obviously how you're going to use it and what you're going to be doing, and that you're basking insured. They like that one a lot of times. And yeah, it's just about getting out there and really putting a face to a face, you know, and just being polite in general. And also I help out with some of the landowners, other bits and bobs. I fixed a couple of fence the other weeks ago, and then you also, you know, anything you do shoot, I give them first refusal if they want it or not. If they get some rabbits and pigeons and bits and bobs, some of them actually do like to take them off you every now and again, and do that. So I hope that's answered your question on that one, Stephen. The next one was from someone called Salmo. His question was, what decoys do I use, and what range do I set them out at? So the decoys that I use are from, the last ones I got was some flocked decoys, and they were from Nighthawk. Seemed to work really well. Just always have used them, got them off eBay. They cut, you know, I think you can buy 6, 12, 32, you can buy as many as you want. I've got 12. And I normally set anything between 6 and 8 decoys out in a bit of a horseshoe pattern. And I set these out at about 30 to 35 yards. So it's well within, obviously, killing range of a sub 12. When I'm shooting pigeons, I don't shoot at the head because it's like a 5p piece and you've got to be like Chris Kyle to shoot them. So I basically do like a crop shot, which is about there, around the engine room, around the neck, round about there. Tend to use 2.2 as well. And 9 times out of 10 it brings them down. So that's what I do for pigeon shooting. The last question was from a guy called Ian, and he asked me what the membership fee is for Camelots. So there's actually no fee to join Camelots. It's just £20 a month rolling contract. There's no tying in clause, so if you want to leave, you can leave at any time. We just obviously cancel your membership and that's it, you stop paying. The only thing that we do say is if you'd like to obviously have a key, you can go down 24/7 between the hours of 9 and 5 every day, and 9 and 7 on a Wednesday, and the deposit for the gate key is £50. If you hand your key back, if you don't want to be there anymore, you get £50 back. So, and I hope that's answered your question. If anyone's got any other questions they want me to answer about anything, just leave them in the comments below on this, and I'll obviously I'll do them in the next video. So now that's basically dried out, I reckon. You know, the first coat's quite dry. I've just touched the stock. We're going to give that another coat of the alkanet oil. So we'll go back down again. Start rubbing that in nice again. It starts to bring out that grain in that stock. You can go over the checkering with it as well. You know, don't be sparing with it, like I said before. Give it a good old dose of it. And you can really, you know, determine yourself how much of this you want to put on. Like I said, it brings, the more you put on, the better finish you get and the better the grain comes out. I normally give them about 3 coats of this, because obviously, yeah, I like my stocks to look nice, but we don't want them to look too shiny out in the field, because there's potential it could scare things off. So I'm gonna give it a nice 3 coats. So that's coat number 2. There we go, coat number 2. And I'll just let that one dry, and then we'll get coat number 3 on. Right, so we're just going to apply coat number 3 on this stock again, because it's soaking in nicely. It's starting to dry off down there quite a bit. It's looking good. You can really see the shine and the grain, pulling the grain out on it now. Now, I know there is a lot of other oils on the market that people use. Quite a lot of lads down at the club use True Oil. I know they use that, but to be fair, I've always used a Trade Secrets one. I were very, I'd quite say like took back, I suppose, with the actual finish you get from it when it's applied and done properly. It seems to last a bit longer as well. I think leaves that shine on the stock, gives that nice grainy look that's not dull like it was before. I'll try and dig some of my overstocks out as well and show some pictures of them that's been finished off that I've done. And I'll also do another video of how I keep it, obviously once they've been sealed and been finished like this, of how I use the wax and the cream and the additive to keep in tip-top condition. So that's basically, once this is done, that's all you need to do. And maybe, you know, give them rub down with a bit of wire wool if you see any like marks or anything like that on it, any things, and you want to give it another coat, few coats of oil just to seal it off again and make it all nice. So that's the 3rd coat of the alkanet oil applied. Just going to wait for that to dry, and then we'll use a bit of rapid oil on it, which is a bit like a sealer that goes over top. So we'll wait for this to dry, then we'll start applying the rapid oil. Right, so now that the alkanet oil's all dried off and it's dry enough to touch with your hands basically, and you don't get it on your fingers, I'm going to apply some rapid oil. Now this is basically like a sealing oil. You can use, obviously, you can use a brush to apply this, or you can just use a cloth again. Some people use different things, so you just apply this all over. This basically locks in that nice grainy sort of texture, a nice grainy look nice locked in. You apply this all over and give that a few minutes and let that dry. So give that a good coating of that. You should start to see this, if you put too much on, it does actually go flaky, and then you've got to get up some wire wool and wire wool it off down so it goes back to normal. But if you just apply this one quite sparingly and don't go mad with it, you can just let it soak in like that. So that's the rapid oil done. And the next one we're going to apply is the TS95 oil. That speeds up the drying process of the rapid oil, so I'll give it a couple of seconds and we'll start applying this. Right, now it's had a few seconds, we'll put some of the TS95 on just to speed things up the drying process. Just rub that on top of the rapid oil. Mix that in like that. Coming out lovely, this stock, compared to what it was. Just had such a dull grain to it. Right. And then that's it. Just see that nice glare shine to it. It's all been sealed and coated. Lovely. Flip that over and you can see the other side. It's already been done. See that? And that's really it. That's how I apply and use the Trade Secrets oil kit. Like I said, I'm gonna let that dry now a bit more, and then I'll put it back in the action, and it's all ready to go. I will also be posting another video, like I said, at a later date on both the waxes and the burnishing cream, to obviously show you how I maintain the stocks once they've been oiled up using this and the little additive that they've supplied as well. Give that a go. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and watching once again. If you like this little video on me talking about using the Trade Secrets oils and waxes and answering the questions from the Q&A session, please like, subscribe and share. That'd be great. It really helps out the channel. I know I haven't posted a lot for quite a while, but I've torn my Achilles tendon and I'm basically out for 9 weeks. So I'm going to try and get down to the club and do a couple of reviews. Now I'm allowed to weight bear on it again for a little bit, and I'm on my crutches still, but I can actually walk a bit now. So I'm going to do a few reviews just to keep posting some things, and then as soon as I'm better, I'm going to do some hunting again, guys. Get out there, and it's going to be a long 9 weeks for me that I've had to wait to get back out in the field. But at least it gives the rabbits and bits and bobs a bit of a break, I suppose. Right, so thanks once again, guys, for tuning in. That's much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next video.